Okay, let's get started then. Good evening and welcome to our call tonight. We're going to have a very special raffle at the end of the call, so if you haven't announced yourself, please do so now. Okay, I'm going to mute everyone just to avoid the background noise. Okay. Here we go. So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Marilyn Del Duca, a representative with the Juice Plus Company. Almost every night of the week, all over the globe, our company sponsors public events just like this one as we inspire healthy living around the world and introduce people to our incredible business. Let me take just a minute to tell you how I got involved with Juice Plus. I suffered from chronic arthritis pain. It was so bad I was taking prescription anti-inflammatories every day. I was looking for something natural because I knew the negative side effects of those prescriptions, but I was still in pain every day. I met a friend who suggested that maybe Juice Plus could help. And so I took it for a couple of months and, wanting instant impulse gratification when I didn't see results in 30 or 60 days, I thought, well, I don't really have the money for this. I don't see that it's doing any good. But my friend was smart enough to say, well, you didn't get in the shape you're in overnight, and you don't get out of it overnight either. Try a little longer and see what happens. I'm so grateful that she said that to me because between 4 and 5 months, I was pain-free. I threw those prescriptions away, and today I take no medications of any kind. I'm so grateful, for the difference it made to me. Besides being out of pain, I found that my immune system was so much better, and I hardly ever get sick. Today, I wouldn't be a day without it. And because I had such great results, I wanted to share it with everyone that I cared about so they could benefit from it too. So I started sharing it. For me, it's been a great way to supplement my retirement income and to allow me to live and to travel the way that I want to. So tonight we're going to give you an overview of our products and just a snapshot of what we do as a company and as people with really busy lives. You or someone you know may be looking for a new opportunity, a way to earn more income, or maybe a way to help someone you care about get healthier. What we share tonight will touch on all of those aspects. And we'll start off this evening with Ro Melnikov, our area team leader, who will tell you why she joined our business and what Juice Plus has meant to her and what it can offer you. So here's Ro.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn, for that introduction. Let me tell you a little about my own story. Has anyone ever had their significant other break up with them? Can you imagine that my former husband said to me, "You're too sick to be married to." I want a divorce. I was devastated. I didn't know what was worse for me going through my health challenges or the divorce. We divorced in 1989. Let me tell you about myself. I'm formerly an elementary school teacher and an adjunct college professor. But today I'm with the incredible Juice Plus Company, whose mission statement is to inspire healthy living around the world. I resigned from teaching to join them over 22 years ago. Why, you might say, would I leave my tenure, my pension, and a nice salary behind to join a marketing company when I had no experience in marketing? Well, my story started in a hospital bed. The doctors were trying frantically to figure out how to use gravity to get the water out of my legs without having to lie me down, because it would result in excruciating pain from the pleurisy. You see, my kidneys were failing, secondary to the systemic lupus that I was diagnosed with when I was 22 in college. I suffered with arthritis, liver involvement, lung involvement. I was tired and lethargic. I took tons of medicines, and vitamins to no avail. I changed my diet, but I still had flares. Adding the Juice Plus products made a tremendous difference in my health. It not only lowered the inflammation in my body, but it also contributed to a healthier immune system. It improved my hair, my skin, my energy, and it gave me so many other health benefits. It also acted as a catalyst, encouraging me to make other lifestyle changes. I actually started to crave more fruits and vegetables. Today I can sit before you and God and say I've been symptom-free with no medications for 20 plus years. I also might add, I married my divorce attorney, and we have two healthy young men, Tyler, 23, and Dustin, 18. Imagine that after being told by my medical doctors that I would never even conceive. I, at the age of 37 and then 41, had those babies. Now, I know some of you are trying to figure out my age. Yes, I'm almost 60 years old. So you can imagine, with getting results like that, how passionate I was and my great desire to want to pay it forward. Now, before I tell you about our business, I'd like to call on one of our team members, Marlena, who is a former chemist, to tell us, why Juice Plus made sense to her, and briefly tell us about our products. Marlena?
Thank you, Ro. Well, I was introduced to Juice Plus in my mid-50s, and I had just had the first of many colonoscopies, and I was very concerned to find out that I had precancerous polyps. Both my mother and my grandmother had had colon cancer, so I decided I would try to find something that would help me to not go the same route that they had gone. I started looking for things, and as things have it, Juice Plus actually found me. I didn't find it. So a woman came up to me, she talked with me, and she gave me a CD. I listened to it, and it made sense to me right away. After I'd been taking it for a little while, I decided to look into some of the research behind Juice Plus. And that's what sealed the deal for me. Being a scientist, I wanted to see what the scientific community had to say about Juice Plus, and it was overwhelmingly positive. And at that time, we probably only had about 10 studies, and now we have over 30 studies showing the benefits of Juice Plus. So it started me on a health journey that is continuing today, and Rose said she's almost 60, I'm almost 70. So it's really doing something great for me because I'm healthier now than I was when I was in my mid-50s. So let me tell you a little bit about our products. So these are our fruit and vegetable powders in capsules. Everything I'm going to tell you about is whole food based, and it has a food label, has a nutrition label. So I hope you can all see that, but this is real food. So these are our foundation products. I said the vegetables in capsules. The veg.
You're breaking up, Marlena.
Hello?
Marlena, we're still here, but you're breaking up.
Okay.
All right,
well, all right. I'll just keep going. So we've got things like cabbage, spinach, again, things you might not eat every day. Then later we added our vineyard blend, and this has lovely berries and grapes in it. Bilberry, which I don't even know what that is, but it's certainly not something I would eat every day. Elderberry, artichoke, Concord grape, lots of great things. Now, all three of these products also come in a delicious gummy form. I happen to use particularly the Vineyard gummy as my sweet treat. It's just enough sweetness to give you that little bit of sweetness if you need it. But I know that I'm getting nutrition that way. But all the gummies were designed actually for children to take. And ask the person who invited you on this call how you might be able to get Juice Plus gummies for your children for free. It's a great commitment that our company has made to help children get nutrition. So next we have our protein powder, which is also based on whole foods. It's plant-based, low glycemic index, non-dairy, non-GMO, and you have 13 grams of protein. You have both soluble and insoluble fiber. It comes in 2 flavors, Dutch chocolate and vanilla. It's really delicious, awesome, before workout, after workout, snack, anything like that. We have our protein bars, 5 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. Also delicious. I keep one in my purse all the time just in case I'm out and about and can't get a meal. I have something good to snack on. And last but not least, we have our Tower Garden. So this is a picture of the Tower Garden as you put it together. It's about 5 feet high and 3 feet in diameter. And this is the future of growing. Believe me when I say that. Its soilless system grows faster than regular system, and it's also uses 10% of the water. Now this is that same Tower Garden in about 4 weeks. So in about 4 weeks, I had enough to be able to start harvesting things, and I had Swiss chard, kale, spinach, all kinds of great things to eat every day. And you can grow all year round. If you add the lights to your Tower Garden, you can bring your Tower Garden inside and grow during the winter months if you live in a very cool climate. Or here in Arizona, where I am right now, we bring ours inside during the summer months. So the bottom line is that we all know how we should eat, but for some reason we don't, we can't, or we won't. And for me, Juice Plus fills the gaps between what I should eat and what I actually do eat. And I can do that for less than the price of a cup of Starbucks coffee every day. And to me, that's priceless. So back to you, Ro.
You know, millions of people are receiving health benefits from our nourishing products as well as the produce from our Tower Garden. We have touched many lives across the United States and in other countries. People with cancer, lupus, low energy people, people that wanted to stay on the side of prevention, seniors, expecting mothers. There really is no one that cannot benefit from Juice Plus and our Tower Garden. I realized, however, to reach more people that I would have to build a team to reach people that I didn't know. And so I asked my friends, just as the ladies that are on my team, they're on here, asked my friends, my customers, people from church, neighbors, to join my team. Now, at this time, I'm going to turn it back over to Marilyn to introduce our featured speaker, who is an extremely successful lady in our business. Marilyn?
Thanks, Ro. We are delighted to introduce our special guest speaker, Loren Slocum. Loren is passionate about helping kids and parents get healthy. Loren is an international speaker, coach, author, philanthropist, and mother of 3, as well as a certified nutritional therapist. She has been lead facilitator of the Tony Robbins Life Mastery Program for the past 15 years. Loren went from having the "I'm too cool for network marketing" syndrome to becoming a national marketing director and leader in the Juice Plus company. She is now in the top 1% of our business with lots of wisdom and experience to share. And now here's Loren.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I am calling you in from, where am I even? We're in Birmingham in the UK. So it's about 2:15 in the morning here. So I'm really grateful that you all have joined us on tonight's event. So I want to see lots of smiling faces because you all look way too serious to be on this call. And my belief is if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it. So that's the first thing. I really want to make sure that we're super interactive here and that you are really thinking about, who you can help and who you can serve. So, and Ro, I think I'll first tell my story because it's very, very cool for me to be on this event with you this evening. It's an absolute must for me because Ro's really the reason I said yes. And it's true. I had the "I'm too cool" syndrome. I found out about NSA back in 1989 when I was living in Southern California, working 4 jobs to stay above ground. I was in my 20s. And as you guys, I think you still need 4 or 5 jobs to stay above ground in Southern California. But I was working at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. I was working at the racetrack. I was working there. I was waitressing. I was working at Nordstrom. I was doing whatever I could just to that's what I was doing with my college degree, I guess. Anyway, somebody came and shared a water filter with me. And they said, look, you're going to try this for a week. And after a week, if you don't like it, then we'll come and get the water filter back. So they came back to get the water filter. And I'm like, no, I love this. So I started sharing this water filter with everybody, told everybody to go to my friend Steve Sherman and buy these water filters. Well, about 6 months later, Steve said, look, there's this big party in Memphis, Tennessee. And lots of young men there. Do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, party. Sounds good to me in Memphis. And so I showed up at this, what I thought was a party. And it turned out it was an NSA conference. And I went to my friend. I'm like, there's a business with this, And he goes, yeah. I go, you didn't tell me that there was a business. And I was really upset. And because I had been referring all these friends to my friend Steve and that I didn't know there was a business. So anytime that anybody would come up to me and mention anything about network marketing, I would be like, whatever, just go away. So I went and I worked for Tony Robbins for the past 27 years. This year will be my 27th year working for him. So I started when I was 2.5. And I went because I thought that that's what I was supposed to do. So I love what I do. I love working. I love personal development, but I was still trading my time for dollars. And if I didn't teach an event, then I wasn't making any money. And so I was teaching about 10 years ago, this October 2007, I was teaching 3 events back to back for Tony in Irvine, California. My daughter was just a couple months old and my other 2 boys were back in Las Vegas. And like I said, I love what I did. It's an amazing program, but if I didn't work, then I didn't make the money. And I literally had all the money that I was making from that event went to pay for the nanny that was with me. And the rest of my money went to pay for the other nannies taking care of my kids back in Las Vegas. So Tony come out with some new products. I went up to the doctor, who was a doctor from Harvard. And I love to share. If there's a restaurant, I'll tell her. And I'll tell everybody about it. If there's any kind of product, I love to share it. So I went up to the doctor and I said, well, what can I take? Because I'm nursing. She goes, you can't take any of these products. I said, well, what can I give my kids? She goes, you can't give your kids any of these products. Well, at that particular program was a man named Jeff Roberti, who you probably know. And I've known Jeff for a long time. And Jeff overheard me having this conversation with this lady. And he comes up behind me and he goes, Loren, you can give your kids Juice Plus and you can take Juice Plus as well. I was like, oh my gosh, seriously, Jeff, go away with your fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And because I thought I knew everything as a nutritionist. And as I was talking to Jeff, he goes, Loren, just check it out, you know? And I'm like, not interested. Well, as I was talking to Jeff, my phone rang, and it was my friend Amanda, who was diagnosed with lupus at age 26. And I said to her, I saw the phone ring, and she was calling. I'm having the conversation, and I decided, to answer the phone the third time that she was calling me. And I look at Jeff and I go, I'm going to your conference. And he goes, what got you to change your mind? I go, look, if all it does is help my friend Amanda, then it's worth it. I go, but I'm not doing the business. I said, anyway, when is that conference? He goes, it starts in 2 days. So I was like, I could have made up excuses. I had the whole list of excuses of why I wasn't going to go, because I've been gone for 3 weeks already. I hadn't seen my kids. And then I stopped myself because I thought, if I make up excuses now, where else am I making up excuses in my life? So I realized that I needed to put that first. I needed to think about my friend Amanda. And I went to conference, and that's where Ro was giving her NMD speech. And I was sitting on the front row, and I was sitting beside Jeff, and I just start bawling my eyes out as she's doing her NMD speech. And I start texting my friend Amanda, and Jeff's like, get off your phone. I go, I can't get off my phone. I have to call my friend Amanda, and I have to tell her about this. And I literally, while I was at conference, I started texting everybody, and I said, look, I don't know, but it sure makes sense to me. And I texted everybody that I really loved, not everybody, but as many people as I could that I loved and cared about. And I had 14 people say yes to me that first day. And Amanda was one of them. She goes, look, I'll try anything, Loren. And I'm happy to say that I think Amanda's only had 2 breakouts, in the past 9.5 years. So people always ask me, is it worth it? And the answer is obviously yes. I mean, another friend of mine, her daughter has spinal muscular atrophy. And, she just posted a recap from a video from her from 6 years ago of her daughter taking the capsules, and her daughter hasn't been to she doesn't write the word hospital. She writes the H in 3.5 years. And she used to take her daughter every other week to the hospital, not knowing if her daughter was going to live or die. But I think that, for all of us here, I'm going to talk about the business because we know the product worked. Works. That's just like ridiculous to even bring it up, honestly, because it just makes sense. Who really floods their body with 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries every single day before 8 a.m.? If people don't get it, I love what one of my NMD says. He goes, you can't fix stupid. If you can't understand that fruits and vegetables and berries are good for you, you can't fix stupid. I don't think that's why it just makes sense to me. I didn't need to see the research. It made sense to me. I knew it couldn't hurt anything. So I knew it was just going to make everything even better for people. But I'm going to talk about the business. And if that's all right with you guys, right now, while I was sitting there, I think, at the conference, I really knew the importance of what I would say, creating a vision for yourself and creating a vision for others. And for me, I knew that, that working and just me doing the work all the time was not sustainable, long term. I didn't want to be working when I'm 60, 70 years old. I wanted to be building teams. I love building teams. I love empowering other people as well to step into the greatness. I'm 51. I'll be 52 this year. And honestly, I feel better now that I'm in my 50s than I did in my 30s or 40s. But for me, while I was sitting there at that conference, I really just thought about what was the vision that I was really committed to creating. So my question to you, first of all, is have you created that vision for yourself? How many of you really sat down and thought about what does your Juice Plus business look like, 5-10 years down the road? Who has created that? Anybody on the call? Anybody? I don't know if I can see a chat from my phone. Has anybody sat down and actually done that? Anyone? How many of you have actually really sat down and done it? Raise your hand if you've sat down and done that.
They're not all representatives on this thing.
Oh, okay. Well, anybody, you don't have to be a representative. I would say to you, how many of you have really created a vision for yourself? of what you'd like to see happen in your life 3 to 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Who's actually written down what you'd like to see happen in your life 3, 5, 10 years from now? How many of you? And raise your hand if anybody has actually created the vision. What is the, what does the good book say? Without vision, people what? Perish, right? So, I mean, this isn't like advice from anything other than the good book. You need a vision. You need to have a compelling vision of what you want to see happen in your life. And so for me, while I sat there, I thought about, 10 years from now, what is it that I really want to create, for my life? When I was 10 years ago. So I was 41, 41 and a half, almost 42. And I thought, what do I really want for my family 10 years from now? What I really want, what's the impact that I want to make around the world, no matter what? I know that I'm a mom on a mission, whether I'm writing a book or doing a seminar or sharing healthy living or whatever that it is. I know that I'm truly a mom on a mission who wants to help lots of people. So my question is, how many of you really want to help lots of people? Raise your hand if you really want to help lots of people. So the question is, what's stopping you right now? And I would say probably that the first is creating that vision. I never imagined when I started this, started and said yes to Juice Plus, that my son, who was 11 at the time, now he's going to be 21 in June, that he would be doing this business, that he'd meet his girlfriend through this, through the Juice Plus business. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to think about, right? Or to think that my 16-year-old's counting down the years till he turns 18 so that he can really get going as part of the business. Or my 9-year-old daughter who, has already made a manifestation board of, what it's going to be like when she's building her team around the world. So that to me is really the most important thing. The second thing is, think about everybody that you love, know, and care about. How many of you want better health for those people? Raise your hand if you want better health for those people. How many of you want those people, to provide the opportunity for them to be able to say yes to more things? How many of you would like for them to be able to say yes to more things? How many of you would like to be able to say yes to more things? How many of you would like to get more of the calls to say thank you so much of, my life and my family's, health is so much better because, you said yes to this? How many of you would like that? Right? So the thing is that what do you really need to do, to make that happen? And that's when you've got to just go out there and just say, I don't know, but this sure makes sense to me. That's what happened to me. When I heard Roe and, I heard Dr. Sears and I heard all the research, I said, I don't know, but this sure makes sense to me. I said, there's nothing that it couldn't hurt, right? And where, I don't know any other business that you can have the opportunity to immediately start bringing in income. I know when I was creating my brand, if you would, when I was doing my books and everything, every time I turned around, it was creating the website. It was hiring people to work on different things. It was, marketing and doing, every time it was like money out, money out, money out, money out. But the beautiful thing about this opportunity is, for $50, everybody starts off the same way, and everybody, if you stay in line, then you're going to meet great people. Then some people are going to say yes. Some people are just going to be, raving fans, and that this might not, be something that they really say yes to, full time. Maybe it's an extra $200 a month for them. I love the fact that, you get paid on your own by taking your own product. I think that that's just an amazing thing. So the other thing that I would share with you is, what really is most important to you in life? Is it, is it time freedom? Is it being able to travel? Really, is it being able to spend more time with your family? What really is most important to you? I'm kind of going deep here, but I think it's important to really go deep with regards to this and to really think about people other than yourself. I think that this isn't, I think that this business and this product, that it's not an opportunity, it's a responsibility. And, I'll share a story with you real quick about a friend of mine. The reason I said yes as well to the Juice Plus opportunity was I have been an independent contractor for 26 years. And my health insurance was costing me about $1,500 a month for our family. And that was without eye and dental. And if those of you that don't know, when you reach the top position of national marketing director, you get those health benefits. So I was like, man, I can work for that. I can go to work to be able to have those health benefits. And, but before I became a national marketing director, I needed a couple of fillings. So my friend is a dentist in Northern California, and I went to go see her. She said she would, if I just flew up there, she would do the fillings for me versus having to pay $1,200 for these fillings. So when I went up there, and I wanted to give her a nice gift basket. So my dad had been an optometrist for 52 years. So I thought, okay, I know everybody wants something in the break room. So I put together this pretty gift basket with fruits, veggies, hummus, all those things. And I threw the chewies in there as well as the capsules. So I just threw them in there. I had no attachment to whether or not she said yes to Juice Plus or not. I just knew it'd be great for the break room. Well, 2 months later, my friend calls me and she said, Loren, she goes, I have 3 girls. And I said, of course I know you have 3 girls. So she goes, so you know about Sarah? And I go, Sarah's your oldest. She goes, what else do you know about Sarah? I go, I don't know anything else about Sarah. And she goes, Loren, Sarah has one of the rarest autoimmune disorders in the world. 1 in 3 million children get this autoimmune disorder. We found out about it when she was 6 years old. She was 12 at the time. And what would happen was she would go stiff. Well, she'd be she'd drop to the ground, kind of like a gummy. And then she'd go stiff, and she didn't know how long she'd be that way. And it happened during the middle of a soccer game. And she goes, we've tried everything. We've been to, Mayo Clinic. We've been to UCLA. We've been, everywhere. Harvard. We've been everywhere, all over the country. Nobody can figure it out. Every time they would put her on another drug. She was already on prednisone and chemotherapy from the age of 6 to 12. She said, so I was, Sarah came up to me and she said, Mom, I want to go on a field trip to Washington, D.C. And her mom said, Sarah, you can't go on a field trip to D.C. There's so much walking. You can only walk about 5 steps anyway till you need to sit down. She goes, Mom, I want to feel like a normal kid. She goes, Sarah, you can't do it. She goes, Mom, I want to go on this trip. And she said, Sarah, she goes, and she turned around in the kitchen. She saw the Juice Plus sitting there, and she looked at the Juice Plus, and she goes, well, it couldn't hurt her. She goes, I just want you to know, Loren, that Sarah went on that field trip, and she was able to walk around all of DC. She goes, Juice Plus is the only thing that's made a difference for her. She goes, so a couple months later, she goes, I was working in my office, and my best friend came in, and she was a pilot for United Airlines. My friend says, I've got my drill in my hand. And so her friend says, how's it going? How's everything going? And she's working on her teeth. She goes, everything's great. She goes, how are the girls? She goes, the girls are great. She goes, how's Sarah? She goes, she's great. She goes, what medications is she on? And she goes, actually, Sarah's not on any medications anymore. She's just taking Juice Plus. And her friend, she's Loren, I've got my drill in my hand. She goes, oh, Juice Plus. She goes, I've been taking that for 7 years. She goes, you're my best friend. And she goes, and not once did you mention Juice Plus to me. She goes, well, I knew it made a difference. I knew I wasn't sick, but I didn't realize it made that big of a difference. And so, my friend, she's like, I now know, Loren, that it's a responsibility for me to share this. So I really want, I'm wherever you're at, if you're here just taking a look at this, or if you're wondering, should I even be on, everybody should be on the product for sure. And if you're wondering, is this something that I should share? I'll just tell you from my heart, I think that everybody should share this. I think that it really is a responsibility, no matter, what it is for you. If it's just because you want to help people, or if you really want to go out there and change your life. I mean, for me, I am beyond grateful, that I've said yes to this, this opportunity with Juice Plus. I wrote down 10 years ago that I wanted business to have created business in 22 countries. And now I look and it's like insane. Like I really created that vision. I have business in 22 countries, right? I said I wanted to be helping people to really create their independence, and people making, a 6-figure income. I have many people that are making 6-figure income. And I keep looking around and I just see the stories after stories after stories of, what if I hadn't said yes to this? Whose life would have not been affected? I'm sitting here with a young girl. How old are you? 23. She's a model, and just all the models. She's like, Loren, I can't believe all the models that I've been able to help, just by sharing this nutrition, because they starve themselves. At least this way they're getting that nutrition in them. So the first I would say is like really think about a vision of how you want to be remembered. If you want to be remembered by a person who went out there and was really on a mission to help get people, help people say yes to their lives. I mean, we all know that so many of the health challenges for people are stress related. Unfortunately, it's stress related mostly because of money. It's like Dr. Sear said, the number one disease that comes into his pediatric practice are parents that are financially stressed. You could have the best solutions in the world, but if a parent doesn't have the money to be able to say yes, to their kids, there's nothing worse. I'm sure you could all agree as a parent. So that's why it's so wonderful with our children's health study. Our company is so generous with regards to that. The second thing is really, you got to really know who you are and what you stand for. But second thing, you got to hustle. You got to get hungry. You've got to really think about, what does that look like? Do you have a great, are you committed, or are you just interested? The next thing that I would say to you is you've got to think about people other than yourself. Who are you going to help? Who are you going to help grow their business? And that's, I don't know what you really want me to share, Ro, with regards to it, but I am out of my mind excited. I'm looking at all of you, and I really want you to really think about, what could this mean for you and other people? I was able to, my son's in New York City now. My son loves jewelry. He wants to make designer watches. That's what he wants to do. So right now, I couldn't have said yes to some of the things I say yes to now, but to be able to say yes to my kids, to send them to GIA in New York, it's $30,000. And guess what? There's no student loans. You got to pay that $30,000. That's it up front. So to be able to say yes to send my son to, somewhere where he's really passionate about, that means a lot. And you guys know in New York City, his apartment is $3,500 a month, but to be able to say yes to that feels pretty good, right? Or to be able to, take your kids on a vacation, or, one of our best friends, I want you to really think about what you could say yes to more. How many of you would like to give more to charities? Who would like to give more to charities? Raise your hand if you'd like to give more to charities. Who would like to give more how many of you would love to say yes every time you were inspired by a GoFundMe campaign of somebody that's in pain? Who would like to be able to do that? One of our dearest friends in the world, just 3 days ago, I made sure that it was a real thing. A friend of ours, her husband had drained their bank accounts, had taken all of their birth certificates, her passports of hers and her kids, had changed all of her accounts for her businesses, and he just flipped out, totally flipped out. And, all of us were just like, what can we do to help her? And I just made sure there was a real thing. But to be able to just send your friend money when you know that they really just needed it, that feels really good. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? So if this is an opportunity for people to really take control of their life. And it's so easy now to really share this around the world. Look, I'm over here in the UK. I know that you guys are over there in the US and Canada, but you could be sharing this amazing message with people anywhere in the world. So my question is to you, what if I were right? What if this was something that really could give you that time freedom, that, that lifestyle that you desired, the health that you've truly desired? What if you could help your best friend get out of that job that they can't stand? What if we were right? Because you can, and honestly, I don't think that there's a better, mission out there than our company. It's so generous. in so many different ways. And it's, and I really want to thank Ro, because if Ro hadn't have said yes, I'll tell you this, if Ro hadn't have said yes, I probably wouldn't have said yes. But hearing her story, you know, inspired me so much that, you know, you don't know who it's going to affect. You know, you have no idea whose life that you're going to help by saying yes to this. So I would encourage you to share your great results that you've had with Juice Plus, and to inspire others and see what they can do the same. So, well, I'll pass it back over to you unless you want me to. You might take some questions.
No, I'm so inspired.
I just want to see everybody smile. Come on, ladies. Come on, wake it up. It's 3 a.m. here. Come on, I can be smiling at 3 a.m. You can be smiling. How many of you, let me ask you a question though. How many of you thought of somebody that you really love and care about, that you'd love to see their health and lifestyle different for them? Raise your hand just so I can see. Awesome. Then call that person. That's my challenge to you. Call them and say, I don't know, but it sure makes sense to me. And just see, you know, I mean, what they say. And really listen to what's most important to them. I mean, people love to share, you know, the story. They need to know that someone actually cares about them. So just go out there and really care about people. So I'm going to pass it back over to you, Ro, unless you have any questions.
Thank you, Loren. Now, my question to all of you is, what do you want for your life? You know, the next 2 to 4 years will pass before you know it. You know, how do you envision your life? Do you want that financial independence that Loren was talking about? You know, more time flexibility, healthy living, unlimited opportunity? I mean, can you imagine growing a business that actually revolves around your life? I was attracted to this business by the simplicity and the flexibility. I was able to go on all my kids' class trips, all their athletic events, and be there for them. There is no greater freedom in the world than having to be able to do the things you love with those that you love. That's what the Juice Plus company can offer you. Now, as a teacher, I had a guaranteed paycheck, pension, and more. But however, I had those set hours that I had to be there to get paid, and I also had a cap to that paycheck. With Juice Plus, you can be a parent, a spouse, an independent business person, someone who already has a job, or even someone who has nothing and be successful in our business. Trust me, it's happened many, many times. There's never a cap to what you can make in this business. You control that. I'm a woman that wears many hats in my house, and some of you know how crazy that can be. So how can you too have a busy life and be successful in this, you know, in our business? Well, we bring people back to calls like this. We have an incredible website to introduce our products and our business. The internet platforms are endless to reach so many more people. At this time, I'm going to give you a brief overview of how we're paid. I'm going to move my chair because I want to make sure that you guys can see. And like Loren said, it costs $50 to have a franchise like ours. Now, think about if you was buying McDonald's, how much that would cost. Now, Marlena talked about different products, but I'm going to use our trio, our fruits, vegetables, and berries as an example of how we're paid in our business. We all start off as a dealer, and when we sell, and usually it's like Loren said, we become our own customer, we get $39 on that box of Juice Plus. To go out and get 2 more customers, which will add up to 3 orders. The company will promote you to the next level, which is DD. They'll give you an additional 6% on top of that $39, and now you're making $49. And oh, by the way, they give you 30 days, but most people do it in a few days, a week, to get those 3 orders on top of making your commission now. If you and your team, remember what we talked about, building team. If we're going to reach more people, we have to build team. Well, if you and your team go out and just move 12 orders, okay, the company is going to give you an additional 14% on top of that $39. So now you'll start making $63 on all future orders of that trio. And oh, you see this $250? If you do it in 30 to 60 days, which is very doable, they're going to give you some extra bonus money. So just the bonus money is like $350 in 30 to 60 days. And you see this 5%? I'm not going to go into it, but what our company says, if you reach a certain volume, they're going to give you another 5%. So you're probably getting the idea that we're paid in layers, and that's true. We get a retail profit, we get a commission, now we're getting a 5% override, and then we get that bonus money. Now, to get to our highest paying commission level, we would have to, us and our team would have to move 48 orders. And if we do it within 6 months, which is, believe me, plenty of time to do it in, the company's going to come back and give you 22% commission. You're going to be making $76 a box, okay? Because 39 plus the 22%, 76. And they're going to continue to give you that 5% override. And oh, by the way, there's bonus money for every position. So you're going to pick up a $500 bonus money there. Now, these positions here are leadership positions. So when you move from the sales coordinator position to this position here, and if you take advantage of their fast track program, you can pick up an additional $1,000 there. Now, you'll still be making $76 per box, but look at this $500 that they're going to give you a month. They're going to give you up to $500 a month to help you run that business. Our company says that if you go to the effort to establish a business of this caliber, they're going to kick into up to $500 a month to help you with that business. And they're also going to start kicking in some medical benefits. To go to this level, which is Senior Sales Coordinator to Qualified National Marketing Director, if you take advantage of our Fast Track program, they're going to give you an additional $2,000. And oh, look, they're going to double the business incentive money that you can use to run your business. Now, they're not going to have checks and balances and have you, turn in receipts for them. That's not what this is about. But they will give you up to $1,000 to help you run that business, and they give you additional benefits. Qualified National Marketing Director to National Marketing Director, yep, $3,000. And they're going to give you up to $3,000 to run that business, and they're going to give you additional benefits. And the benefits that I'm talking about, dental, vision, life, health, long-term disability, long-term care, telemedicine. You actually could do a Zoom call like we're doing right now with your doctor and have your doctor counsel. And our company has insurance set up to pay for it. Tuition and reinsurance, tuition assistance, excuse me. My son right now is, he just graduated as an athletic trainer, wanted to change careers, and now he is taking his post back to go to Jefferson University because he wants to be a medical doctor. So they'll continue to kick in money for that. I don't know any other company that will give you money to support your children to go to school. And even if you go to school, they will do it too. So just to recap, we get a retail profit, we get a commission, we get that 5% bonus money based on volume. We get those team bonus, building bonuses as we go from level to level in our business, and we get benefits. Now, a lot of people think, oh, you have to have so many people to get the National Marketing Director. Well, Loren is in the top 1%, and she started this way too. So, think of it this way. Here you are, and if you invite 3 of your friends to come into the business, and those 3 friends, okay, teach 3 of their friends, how many people do you have in your business? Let me hear you guys, right? 9, okay? And if those 9 people teach their friends to go out and get 3 friends in their business, you'd have 27. And if those 27 teach each one to get 3 people, just 3 people in their business, now you have 81. And you can see how the matrix can grow, grow, grow. And that's how you hear about, when you hear about people making thousands and thousands of dollars, $20,000, $30,000 a month, that's essentially how they do it. Now, health of future market, I can't think of a bigger one. We want to live as long as possible, as healthy as possible. We want to look and feel younger. People already understand that they have to invest in prevention rather than curing an illness. Our daily life is very demanding. We have to be energized. A current study has shown that every second citizen intends to exercise more or to eat healthier. Every third one wants to lose weight. The success stories of Juice Plus prove this by numbers. Since we've launched, we've done over $10 billion in sales. In the near future, we will be a $1 billion a year company. It's established, it's convincing, and it's found its purpose. Nevertheless, 9 out of 10 people worldwide don't know about Juice Plus, but we won't stop until we change that statistic. So the next 2 to 4 years will pass no matter what you do. So where do you want to be as far as your health and finances? Where do you want to be for the time you spend each day? Really think about that. Do you want to be working 60 to 70 hours a week? Do you want to be working all those jobs like, Loren was saying? I hear so many people, having so many jobs and they really have no life. Or would you like to have some free time to be able to do what you want? Would you like to contribute, like Loren said, to your favorite charity or church or whatever it is you want to contribute to, and maybe able to support a good cause? Or do you like that freedom? Would you like to be able to get up and take off and go to the beach just because you feel good and you have the time to do it? Or the mountains? Or just take a vacation to visit family? That freedom would be huge. What do you want for your family? What are your options? We chose the company with a heart that wants to help us achieve our dreams. What more information? I want you to really think about this. Do you need to make this exciting decision to bring your health to the next level and or join our healthy I'm so excited, Healthy Living Revolution campaign to take healthy back? We'd like to invite you to join us, and we invite you to talk to whoever, invited you to this event, and tell them, I want to be working on my future and not letting 2 to 4 years pass without doing anything. Because after all, life is short, and I want to live life to the plus. Our next Zoom call will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be introducing our Shred 10 group for March. We also have another call on March 15th and March 23rd. The person that invited you to this call can get you details as well as information about our live events. Okay, at this time, we're going to pull a name of a very lucky person to receive a book that was authored by Loren. Amy, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm missing a couple names. There was a few people that came on at the end that are just on the phone. Can you announce what your name is? There's a call, like 301 number.
I'm sorry?
I'm just trying to get anybody's name who came in at the end that we didn't get to announce at the beginning of the call. Can you say your name?
You too? You too. Get off.
Anybody who is the 301 telephone number, what's your first name?
1. Yes.
Speak up now, or she's going to.
Speak up now. I'm going to draw. I think I have everybody else, though.
I think it's Sylvia, 301.
I got Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Sylvia, Linda, Mary Lee. Who's Kiwi the fruit? What's your name?
Do you talk to me?
All right, I'm drawing. All right, the lucky winner is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name, and she's gorgeous. Nike, how do you say your name? Can you see it?
Oh my goodness. Ninka?
Minka, thank you. You won the book.
No kidding. I'm so sorry I couldn't get on in time.
Well, it's okay. I saw you come on, so you were there for 3/4 of it. Congratulations.
Okay, Nika,
Thank you.
give the person that invited you to the call your address and your name, your full name and your last name. They can get it to me, and then I can contact Loren to get the book to you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. All right, everyone, let's go get them. And I hope that you will join us. Bye-bye. Good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.